Hi guys, what's up? My name is David and welcome back to my channel. So I think the last time I did a tattoo update, it was like a year ago, if not more, and I have gotten progressively more tattooed since then, so I thought it would be nice to make another update. And this time also specifically focus on my pagan tattoos, because I do think the tattoos I have gotten recently in this year and last year are a little bit pagan themed. So if you're interested in that, then keep watching. And by the way, if you don't know me, hi, my name is David. I study Scandinavian studies, and on this channel I talk about Viking stuff, Norse pagan stuff, just generally like Scandinavian and Viking Age history, but also since I am a trans person, I put some of my queer experiences in it as well. So if this is something that you're interested in, then make sure to like this video, subscribe, and comment something positive if you like this video. Anyways, let's get into it. I will start with my most recent one and then work towards my oldest ones. So the most recent one I got is this one on my leg. So as you can see, this is a spiral kind of thingy, a labyrinth, if you will. And this particular design is directly based off of a stone labyrinth that is found on the island of Gotland in Sweden. But I was inspired to get this tattoo based off of another stone spiral which I saw in Upplandsbro, another place in Sweden, on a archaeology field trip. It's a symbol found in many places around the world, most notably probably in Greece. And yeah, I just like this spiral labyrinth thingy. Like I don't really get tattoos for the meaning, but I just like ancient symbols, and this is an ancient symbol that, you know, unites a lot of cultures, so I think that's pretty cool. So my second most recent tattoo is actually on my back. So as you can see, these are runes, but they are not Viking runes. They are Elder Futhark, which is the alphabet that came before the Viking Age. And what this says actually is Is Vodnas Veras, which means he is Odin's man. And this text is actually based on a inscription found on a bracteate in Vindelø in Denmark, which is from the 5th century, I believe, and is the oldest mention of the god Odin found to date, which I found pretty cool. And I want to make this clear, this is not a Viking tattoo. I do not have any Viking tattoos. I have some, like the one on my back, and then this one, and maybe also this one, that people might associate with the Viking Age, but they're not Viking. There is no clear evidence that the Vikings had tattoos other than one text, which actually does not make it clear if it's talking about Vikings, and also does not make it clear whether it is mentioning actual tattoos or just body paint or something like that. But that's a whole nother story. The tattoo I got before that was this one. As you can see, this is a forest creature with a skull and horns and like this. And if you guys know The Witcher, you might recognize this as Leshen or Leshe from The Witcher, but it can also be seen as a Wendigo or any form of forest creature that like looks like that. But I am originally from Poland, so my associations are mostly with The Witcher and the Leshen, because that is a Slavic folk creature. And this is probably my favorite tattoo I have. I really like how it turned out. It was also my most expensive one, but I think it's worth it. So yeah, this is directly related to Slavic paganism. So this is, yeah, a pagan tattoo, I would say. And bear in mind that when I say pagan tattoo, I mean like modern pagan tattoo, not like actual tattoos that a pagan would have had in pre-Christian times, because we don't know that much about those tattoos. Although my spiral symbol and my runes are based on actual archaeological finds, it still doesn't mean that people had that tattooed, you know? And speaking of ancient symbols, there's another one I have, which is this one. Now, I know that the sun wheel and sun cross are problematic because some not very great groups of people have used this or use it as their symbol. For example, the Nazi Party of Norway used a pretty similar symbol in their logo, which is not great, but this particular symbol is not on the same level as, for example, the swastika. This particular one is found on the island of Bornholm, which is a Danish island on the Baltic Sea, and it is a Bronze Age petroglyph. So mine is directly inspired by that one, and similar sun symbols have been found in other cultures. Recently, I was in the National Dutch Museum of Antiquities, and there was a Greek vase with the exact same symbol, so I had to take a picture with it. So yeah, this one is not directly associated with, you know, the far right, but similar symbols have been used. You know, at the end of the day, the swastika is also a sun symbol, and things like the back sun are 100% neo-Nazi inventions, so don't get those tattooed. But I've seen a lot of people who are not on that side of the Norse spectrum with this tattoo, and it's not like directly linked to these strange people. Moving on to another tattoo that is inspired by Old Norse art in one way or another is this one. If you have a similar music taste to me, then you might recognize that this is a stylized version of the Vardruna band logo, and Vardruna is a Norse folk band. Like, Spotify labels it as Viking music, but you know, it's not Viking music. It's a Norwegian band that took part in stuff like the Vikings TV show, and I've seen them live multiple times. I love their music so much, and they are unproblematic. As far as I'm aware, they are pretty progressive, and a lot of bands in the Norse or even metal scene have weird beliefs, and Fortuna does not. So I decided to get their logo tattooed because not only because I love the band, but also I just really like this style, and it's like a bind rune, which is obviously based off of other runes, and you know, Vardruna literally means like protective rune. So yeah, I thought that would be a nice addition. And I actually think that's all the new tattoos I have gotten since my last update video. So I will just quickly go through all my other ones that I also have. So first, my tattoo, which a lot of people would think is Viking, but actually is not, is my Vegvisir tattoo along with this tree. Now, I got this because I already had this tattoo, and I just needed something to fill the space. So I just drew this tree and this design, and it fit perfectly into the space. So I decided to go with that. And when I was younger, I always used to draw the Vegvisir on my hand and on my arm, because I don't know, I just really like this design, so I knew I had to get it tattooed. And no, it is not a Viking symbol. I have a whole video where I talk about which symbols that people think are Viking are actually not Viking, so you can go watch that if you want to. But just because it's not Viking doesn't mean it's not cool. So it's an Icelandic magical staff from the 19th century, and I think that is still pretty cool. And you know, paired with this tree, it just really fit on my arm. And then obviously I have more Scandinavian tattoos. I have this one, which is a burning stave church. Now, sometimes I don't know how to feel about this tattoo because I actually do love stave churches. They are beautiful buildings, but I really wanted to get a burning church tattoo, which, you know, symbolizes how I feel about Christianity. Not about Christians, about the organized religion of Christianity. I grew up Roman Catholic. I get a lot of hate comments from Christian people, so it's not my thing. So I think this probably was my first like really pagan but also anti-organized religion tattoo, but again, I do still love stave churches. And the other one that I have on the other side of my arm, you might recognize this as the design of the In Utero album cover by Nirvana, and I just wanted to give her different wings because I thought these like cool demon wings were nice and fit better with my style. I do still like the original In Utero logo, and I like women with wings. I have this on my shirt right now from the band Nabala. So yeah, it's nice, and I used to have drumming practice, and I really liked like learning to drum on Nirvana songs, so this is kind of a tribute to that. Then I also have this sun. I don't know if you have noticed, but I like to stay pretty symmetrical. I have these two suns, and then I have these two shapes which are also pretty similar, and then I have two circular-ish shapes on the same side of both of my legs. Like, I don't want to have everything in the exact same way on both sides, but I do want to keep it sort of themed and fitting with each other. So yeah, I have this sun, and it's like supposed to be crying, I guess, but it also looks like corpse paint, so yeah, it's just, you know, this symbol of positivity turned a bit sad. And then I also have this scorpion, which just fit in the gap I had between this one and this one, so it's no real meaning. But my mom's zodiac sign is a Scorpio, so I can just say that's the meaning of it, you know. And then I also have these nails, and generally when people get nails tattooed, it's supposed to symbolize the nails on the cross of Jesus Christ. But yeah, obviously I'm not religious Christian, but I do think that Jesus is a fascinating person, concept, whatever you'd like to call him. So yeah. And then my first tattoo I ever got is this one, which is a Grim Reaper holding a cup of coffee. Now I still want to get the eyes like colored in, because I don't like the idea of a Grim Reaper having eyes. But I've had this tattoo for like 4 years and I still haven't done anything with it, so it's good the way it is. And then moving on to my leg, it's almost done. I have 3 more tattoos left. So first of all, I have a spider on my leg. I actually won this tattoo in a giveaway from an apprentice, so it's not really like super well done or like very visible because of my leg hair, but it's there. I like it. Maybe I'll get it covered by something of the same style and idea but a bit darker. But yeah, I do like how it fits under my knee. It hurt a lot though. I generally have a pretty high pain tolerance, but this one hurts, especially like close to the knee. Then another tattoo I have on my leg next to it is a cat with 3 eyes. Again, also done by an apprentice, but not for free, but still very cheap. And we decided on this one. It's loosely based on a picture of my own cat. So yeah, it's a fun one. I really like it. And then the last one, which was also pretty painful because it is on my ankle, and it is by the same apprentice that did the cat one. It's a 2-headed lizard salamander creature thingy, and it's funny because it's accidentally matching with my sister, which has a similar one, but I think on her opposite leg actually. So yeah, that was everything. I obviously have a lot of free space left on my body. Like, I don't have anything on my torso front. I only have a small thingy on my back, and the whole sides of my back are empty, and I only have one thing on my right leg, and you know, my thighs are uncovered. So I will probably get more tattoos at some point, but I am just a full-time student, so I don't have a lot of money to get them, which is okay. Like, I can wait. It's absolutely no problem for me. I just get them sometimes when I have more money to spend on them. But yeah, I probably not tattoo my face because I like my face how it is right now. But otherwise, yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I'm just fortunate enough to be on the side of academia where being tattooed is kind of, well, not the norm, but at least seen as normal. Like, I am planning to do a master's degree in Viking and medieval Norse studies, and some people within this genre of academia are heavily tattooed. So yeah, I'm not really worried about not being able to get a job because of my tattoos, and I would not want to get a job who does not accept me as I am. And for now, everything that, you know, sticks out, like my hands and my neck and my face, is not covered, so I can still pass as not being tattooed. But let's be honest, if you look at me, you'd probably think I have tattoos. So yeah, that was everything I had to say in this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.